Okay, Chapter 7, Part 5, it's the last part. The positioning, process, and perceptual mapping. Alright, there we can see again, all about differentiation. That dog is very different to the other ones. Okay, so to position a new product or brand, a firm needs to know two things. Number one, which attribute of the product is important to consumers? And number two, how competing brands are perceived by consumers on those attributes. Those are the two important things you need to know. So, a differentiating factor is worthy of use as a positioning factor when the factor is, number one, important and delivers a very high value benefit to consumers, is distinctive, it means it's very different from other competitors, it's superior to other ways of obtaining the same benefit, it's communicable and visible, it's easy to communicate and easy to see by customers, it's preemptive, people can already see it, even before you say to them, they can already see, yeah, that's what makes your product different. And it's affordable to buyers. And of course, it's profitable to you as a company. And one of the tools that you can use is a positioning map, okay, which we're going to look at now. And some of the different approaches that you can use to position your product in the market is by using packaging. Specific types of packaging says volumes about your product. Is the product itself, right? The product itself can position the offering. You can change the perception or the image of the product so that it looks a specific way using advertising and slogans. You can use your atmosphere, your store layout. All of these things can help you communicate what you want to communicate about your product or brand to the market. Okay? Okay, let's look at perceptual mapping, the main tool that we use when developing a positioning strategy. Okay, so positioning or perceptual map is a means of graphically means on paper, using a graph, displaying in two dimensions, x-axis and y-axis, the location of products, brands, or groups of products in the consumer's mind. So we're trying to, on a piece of paper, using a graph, map out how consumers think about products and services, and this is a good example of a perceptual map. As you can see, it's got the x-axis and the y-axis, and the one is related to cost, and the other one is related to quality. High quality, low quality, high cost, low cost. Okay? So this displays the psychological distances between products and brands. It's not the real distances, it's what people believe in their minds that the distances are. Okay? And it's very useful for developing a positioning strategy. Okay, so to position a product or brand, firstly you need to establish what product attributes are important to consumers, like we've discussed. And then of course you need to establish how competing brands are perceived by those consumers. And then number three, you need to combine these two together. Combine the preference map, you know, what it is that consumers prefer, as well as those competing brands that you've determined. You add them together. Okay, but we're going to look at this now. And then lastly, you decide if you're going to position in the gap, close to competitors, or away from competitors. In the gap or not in the gap. Okay, we're going to look at all of them now.